Unifying Figure here, and I figure I quickly jump on here really quick and unbox this Mcfarlane's DC Multiverse Deathstroke. Now, this is an old Deathstroke. This is from like on 2020, I believe it was. I kind of missed out on it back then. And I do have the Rebirth version that was out there recently. I mean, not recently, but it was, more recent than this one. And I know there's another version that just came out there, or a mass version, which I'm going to pass on that one for now. I'm not really interested on it. But this particular Deathstroke, I always wanted to get my hands on it, but it was a little bit too much. And I happened to pick it up on the Vintage Toy Store. That's a new store down in the Suncoast here in Florida, in Sarasota. And they had it for $50, which is about fair, because I've seen it as high as $80, $85, $70 up on eBay on the aftermarket Macari, because it is a popular Deathstroke and is the version that I actually wanted to add to my collection. So I know it's an old figure, but it's new to me. So we're gonna open it up. We're gonna, as we do here on the channel, we're gonna open this up. We'll quickly go over it, and then I'll be on my merry way. So I'll be right back. All right, now that I got the figure out of the packaging, now going back to this particular Batman Arkham Origin, I know it is a video game version, but this is an incredible version. But what's notable about this particular, when this was released, it was released with a lot of famous, the famous Batman, which was a grail to me, but I recently did get my hands on it because it was part of a wave that brought us the Grim Reaper, the Death Machine, or Batman of Earth -44, which I also have. I think I had the gold label Azrael that was white. And I ended up just getting rid of it because I was like, no, I'm not going to get into another line. I did have, if you look at my first old videos from five or so years ago, I did have the Devastator. I also got rid of it. And I do have the Batman of Earth -20, was it 32? Anyway, the Green Lantern, that particular Dawnbreaker is what it's called. So I do have that, but I got mine from the 2-pack, the reissued one. But those were some pretty good figures at that time. It was incredible, especially that Grim Knight, which took me forever to get my hands on it, but I finally got it for like $40. I think it was such a great deal. Someone just didn't want it. Still had all the weapons and everything, which I was stoked when I got my hands on it. So anyway, put that to the side. Now we're quickly going to go over this. Again, we're not going to dwell too much on it because, again, this is 4 years ago. But again, it's one of my, I call it my mini grails because I finally got my hands on it. And thank God I walked into that store when I did, because they had one, the only one. And I was surprised because I've been to several toy stores in my area and I have not seen one live in hand like they had it. And I seen them in eBay. I mean, I think $40. I think you might be able to get it loose for I don't know, $35, $40. But I was like holding off. Maybe I would get a better deal, but then it just started going up, and I was like, okay, I just gotta get my hands on it. So yes, I did pay $50, but I know other people are trying to get more from it on eBay. So I think I did good for the figure, for a popular figure like this. I think it was a fair price. So, as always, comes with the Mcfarlane stand with the DC logo on it. It does come with the data file. Nice little image there of the Arkham video game. Is it? Could it be the figure? It could be the figure. No, it's actually the video game because it looks a lot different. And then, of course, a little story on Slade Wilson, which, of course, we all know was the inspiration for the creation of Deadpool, Wade Wilson. So they kind of stole the idea, the look, and stuff like that. And then, of course, he does come with a sword, actually, and it's kind of crooked. I mean, it's very gummy. It's very soft plastic. So I figured that, I thought back then they were a little bit harder. I guess they're going back to this, but it's like bent a little bit out of shape, but it's not too bad. But I think it still looks better than that big, weird looking sword they gave him with the Rebirth version. Now onto the figure itself, and again, a lot of you have probably owned this, have it. Again, this is all new to me, so I like that open eye, which he doesn't have with the Rebirth version. Obviously, it's more of a comic book version. This is the video game version. He's got that crack there on the face mask there, on the helmet, and then it's got more there. Oh, he's got that big old think this was kind of, they did a smaller version than the other one. We'll pull it up together. And again, the suit on it, the texture, the deco on it, it's actually pretty good. You just got all these bullets and not a gun to shoot them with. But this was before they started, Mcfarlane started not having, I guess with the contract that Warner Brothers didn't want weapons. He does have a side piece there, but you can't take it out. But, you know, the Grim Reaper, the Grim Knight, I keep saying Grim Reaper. The Grim Knight did come with the weapons in that particular one, and the Murder Machine just came with those big old tentacles anyway. But at least I have most of them. Yeah, I actually had all of them, but you know, except for the Ezreal, and I got rid of them. So, but yeah, but you can see I just like the way this looks. He looks like an assassin. They did a great job. I mean, I'm not knocking down the Rebirth version because I do have it. I think it's actually pretty good for what it is. But this is, you know, what I envision Deathstroke. This is the look. This is the ultimate look, and this is what I like. Sort of looks like also the kind of version they had with the that DC game that they had one time for PlayStation, that DC Universe game, when that, you know, prelude scene where he's, you know, when Lex Luthor's destroying everything and he fights the Batman, and kind of reminds me of that. But yeah, I mean, he's got all the weapons, all the shield, the protections on it. I mean, it's got that silver there protecting the arm, the ribs. He's got the grenade there. He's got all these pouches on the side. I mean, he's got a lot of stuff for an assassin, so I don't know, hopefully it doesn't restrict the movement. And the articulation, again, it's Mcfarlane first time, so it's not too bad. You can get stuff to move around pretty decent. It is double jointed, which is good. And it was pinless on the arm. Or is it pinless? Or is it just hiding behind the... Yeah, it's just hiding behind the thing. So no, it is pinned. Double jointed knee. Kinda, yeah, they do have double jointed knees. And it's very, I mean, it has a little bit of restrictions, but you can get some good movement on it. And again, I'm happy that I got my hands on it. And, you know, it's another figure that I get to add that I kind of missed out to my collection. So, now he does have a trigger finger. Obviously, he doesn't have a hand, but I think that the sword fits a lot easier on this particular hand, on the left hand, because the grip here, it is very tight, and I don't want to keep extended it, and then up either putting a crease there on the fingers, or that sooner or later they kind of like snap off or break off. Wait, his leg just went above his diaper. Oh, there it is. So, but yeah, I'm kind of glad I got my hands on it. And again, I do have the other version, but this is like one of my mini grails that I wanted to add from the initial years of Mcfarlane. So now let's put it next to the leg there. I'm gonna have to put that pose because he doesn't tend to stand straight. I'm just gonna have to play with it. All right, so here is a Rebirth Deathstroke, and he is a little bit taller than this particular. Where is my measuring tape? He seems to be a little bit taller. He's about a little bit over 7 inches, and this one is about a little bit under 7.5. So yeah, the Rebirth version is a lot thinner. Obviously, he doesn't have all those gear and all those pads and all that stuff, but he is a bit taller. And again, they just released another version for pre-orders and stuff like that. I think some people might already have their hands on it. I haven't been paying attention lately. I've just been a lot busier. So I've been a little spaced out on my videos. It's just been a lot of work and a lot of personal stuff. But yeah, I'm not interested. I really don't, unless you give me a actual secret identity, like an actual Bruce Wayne, or Slade Wilson with the suit, or I'm not interested in the maskless versions of the superheroes. I think the only maskless superhero that I have is the Michael Keaton Batman, because it is Michael Keaton. Other than that, I would have passed on it. I'm don't really care for those versions. So I'm happy with now that I have this one, and I'm okay with that one. I'm happy with that one. And here he is, two other figures from that particular wave, and we have the Murder Machine, and of course the Grim Knight with all his glory and weapons and stuff, and which I think for $40, I think I got a great deal. And I do have this Arkham Knight, I think is what it's called. I don't remember. That I purchased not too long ago. So I do have another video game figure from Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse. So, and there you have it, guys. Quick short video. Again, it's a figure. I know it's been out there for many, many years, but it's new to me. I finally got my hands on it, and I am very happy with it. So I hope you appreciate the video, and thank you for your support. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And as always, continue to support each other, continue to be a fine figure, and I will see you later.